sides, different stories for both of these squads.
Well, definitely different stories, but both teams came out with very positive outcomes. Now, they lost games. That's not necessarily what you normally expect to be with a positive outcome, but the Czech Republic, with their loss against the United States, really competed for large chunks of the game, got everybody in the game, got contributions across the roster. Japan, after a really poor start in the first quarter against Turkey, really started to feel almost as though they belong in the World Cup competition. So I don't expect them to come out as timid as they came out in the first game. So that's what I'm sure Coach Lomas will be talking about. This is about us getting here minute one, not letting ourselves get into a hole like they did the other day. This Czech team were just superb for last chunks of the game against the United States. But this is a different game now. This is a game where they're expected to win. Lots of teams can go out there, try, perform well against a team they're supposed to lose to, but the pressure of winning it's a whole new dimension on it. And I think they're going to have to compete in the same way with contributions across the roster. This isn't about Thomas Sadaransky. This is about how Thomas Sadaransky and his team approach this game.
See that man right there, that head coach, for Czech Republic. Their first appearance here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. On the other side, we have Japan, who has been here in the past, but hasn't had much success as a country, finishing 11th place. That's their best ever finish, and that was way back in the 70s.
Yeah, and it gets even worse when you talk about their record against European teams, never having beaten a European team. And I think that's one of those mental barriers. If they can get the win, and they're obviously a better unit, obviously a team with potential, getting over the hump at that first win against a solid European team will change their whole mentality.
Question about it is going to be a pseudo home game for Japan as they come out in the home whites. We'll see their head coach on screen in a moment, Julio Lamas from Argentina. There he is right there. He said that this is the best roster Japan has ever had, and the goal here is to beat the European team. You'll have that opportunity to do so against the Czech Republic. We're moments away from tip, but first we'll have the national anthems from both these nations, first from the Czech Republic and then from Japan.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, it's going to be a boisterous crowd here at this Oriental Sports Center here in Shanghai. Again, there you see on screen Julio Lamas. His team wants to play fast, up-tempo. They really weren't able to do that as we take a look at the referees in Game 1 against the United States. Against Turkey. Turkey kind of stifled them for what they were trying to do on the offensive end, and it took them, as you said, about a quarter and a half to get their legs under.
Well, and the other thing to really stress is that for a team to run like they want to run, they've got to do a much better job on the glass. Turkey just dominated them on the glass, and it's not as if this Japanese team doesn't have the athleticism. They're just going to play a lot more physically around them in the keyway. They've really got to make sure they own the glass and give themselves a chance to run, because without the basketball you can't run. And they did really have only 52 shot attempts in the game the other night for them, and that's largely because they just gave up a lot of rebounds against that team. And this Czech Republic team play hard, and Balvin in many ways is going to be key. He's got to do a job on the inside. Ruban was good, Voracek was good. They gave great support to Sadorensky.
Yeah, they really did. Martin Klaes rolling out the starting five for the Czech Republic. The one thing Czech Republic did not do, they competed really well in game number 1, and in large part to this guy. He was terrific. I don't think he could have played better. 17 points, really facilitated the offense in game 1 against the United States, 5 assists, and did a lot of little things. They're going to need a lot more from the supporting cast. And one way they can get buckets for the supporting cast is to get out and run in transition. They had no transition baskets against the U.S. in Game 1.
Well, the only team in the competition not to score in transition, which tells you a lot. Okay, it's against the U.S., but the one thing that Turkey did was really turn their defense into points. But again, that really, I think, comes down to a little bit of what you just said there about other players stepping up, because there was a lot of focus with Hachimura and Watanabe, but none of the other guys stepped up when they were being guarded, and I think that's, again, the key. Nick Vasikas did a great job shooting the basketball, but often he almost hit as well. If they key on Hachimura and Watanabe, guys have got to move away from the basketball and shoot with confidence. This team can play. This guy had a great game in terms of percentages. I would argue didn't get enough shots, possibly down to the way he didn't move, because he was shooting tremendously well. 15 points, he shot over 50%. Didn't get enough shots. Was that him or was it his teammates? I think it's a combination of both, but I think the point you made about the Czech team is exactly the same about the Japanese. We all know who the stars are. Are those guys who did great in qualification going to step up and knock down open shots that they do every week, day in, day out, for the clubs they play for in domestic competition?
Here we see head coach Ron Grinsberg getting his team set to go. And again, their first appearance here at a FIBA World Cup competition. We'll listen into the huddle here.
Okay, be aware when we play 3 down, it's like this, okay? Use this like yesterday, okay?
And on the other side, Julio Lamas from Argentina is now leading this Japanese roster. 9th youngest team in the competition. Their core is quite young. 2 best players, you would imagine. Yuta Watanabe and Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura is only 21 years of age. The best days are way ahead of him.
Well, the best days are ahead of that kid. He's taking it all in. And let's just mention one thing. Those Czech Republic fans the other day were phenomenal.
Incredible.
You know, and the guys gave him a real shout out, so to speak, in the press conference, and come all this way, making all this noise, and they're just buzzing about playing in front of their own fans. It's Sadorensky, you mentioned him earlier. I love the way it's not about Thomas Sadorensky, it's about the Czech Republic national team and what he got from players across the roster, and they all stood up against the United States and were all counted. You know, they're vastly experienced in the Basketball Champions League in Europe. He obviously plays in the NBA, so these guys are not wanting for experience at a high level. It's different though when you're expected to win.
Yes. Japan expects to win this game, so does the Czech Republic. Both teams want to walk away with at least one victory here in the group stages, and we'll find out who will be so lucky. And we're off and running here, day 2 of Group E action. Sports Center here in Shanghai. Japan in the home whites. The Czech Republic in the row blue. And we'll start off with Rui Hachimura, a lot more aggressive now to begin the game than he was against Turkey. He was really stifled early on by
absolutely
great defense. Ilya Silva did a good job of blocking him up.
Again, you love it when early in the game you go to the inside, you go to the gut of the defense, you challenge that defense, and that's exactly what he did. He was also absolutely excellent from the free throw line in game one, and that's where he continues now. We're making the first.
A lot of their offense really depends on Rui Hachimura. He does open up and draw so much attention. It's almost like a magnet every time he touches the rock. If he can get going early, maybe the supporting cast can finally show up. And on the other side of things, that man with the ball right there, Tomas Satoransky, he was terrific in the game against the United States. Every time he was on the floor, good things happened. Look at him drive inside. And his first two was a pretty one.
Oh, that's a worrying sign. That's the same problem that Japan had the other night. They took Pasikas out the middle because Balvin extended. He went straight down the defense, no rotation at all, no challenge on the shot.
Tanaka getting the start over Shinyama today. So the quick change in the backcourt for Japan. Hachimura tosses it up. He's still arms in the air on his way back defensively. You thought he was fouled. Wojciech, he had a nice second half against the United States. He was able to knock down some shots a little bit. Satoransky feeds inside. Kish, no good on the point-blank attempt. Wojciech is open for three. Left it short. A rebound by Baba. Ahead. That's Watanabe. No good. Baba on the tip, and Wojciech pulls it down. A lot faster pace for both these two teams here in game two of Group B. Balvin. You mentioned he has to be more aggressive when he touches the rock. Really passive in game one. Satoransky trying to get his man in the air. Good defense by Baba, staying down. Shot clock down to 2. Satoransky tosses up an air ball. That's a defensive possession you'd like to see out of Japan.
Absolutely. Great defense. Contain the dribble.
There's Hachimura. Tanaka waits for a screen from Pasikas. Tanaka driving to the 10 and missed the layup. Maybe he was too open. Satoransky with a broken floor the other way. Wojciech puts it on the deck. Driving inside. Floater is good.
Well, that's a super move. He attacked the closeout, had the advantage, and again, no help. The Czech Republic team doesn't shoot the three ball that quickly. You've got to protect the middle a little better than that. But Watanabe the time before, and on the last penetration, finishes at the hoop. They've just got to finish those plays. Shot a better percentage from three than they did two the other night.
Definitely have to be stronger with the basketball and around the rim. As the shot clock expires, that one falls short. Tanaka's having a tough time as this game getting underway. There's Julio Lamas. He's already made the change. He made the big statement. This is the most talented team Japan has ever seen. And one of the goals here at the World Cup is to beat a European team. They have never done so. 8-0 at World Cup competitions, or just in general against the European team. 0-8, I should say. Wojciech for three. Left it short, he'll follow his own. Gets inside over Pasikas, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, Fish. Wojciech will try again for three. Indeed!
Well, this first quarter has just compounded and underlined the problem Japan had. They've just got to play so much harder. That's 3 attempts. Wasn't even big athletic rebounds. They just got outworked on the glass and they end up with a 3.
Hachimura, his jump shot too strong. Balvin vacuums it in. 7-2 early on here. Second game for both these clubs. Wojciech for 3. He's being way more aggressive than he was in game 1. That should help the Czech Republic, so someone else has to score other than Satoransky. Watanabe inside. He gets it going for 2.
And you can see how much quality he has, but there he stopped in the little space and was able to knock the shot down. It's when he's challenged physically, he still can't go through that contact, but he's such a good scorer mid-range.
Satoransky, wraparound pass. Hachimura read it, got his fingertips to it. Baba the other way. Ahead to Tanaka. Oh, what a block! I think that was Ruban. It was. Krish the other way. And that's the first fast break points in this tournament for the Czech Republic.
And it's their effort in transition to get back in the first place to come up with a block. Not only the block, they had other guys who were back in transition to then make the collected. No white shirt in transition. So it's not as if they had all got on and they ran past. They just did not get back, did not pick up actively, and they just ran past Vasikas for the easy two. It's again, don't get outworked. Japan are getting outworked too often.
Baba, they want to go inside to Hachimura. He faces up, sees three defenders in front of him, so he decides to give it away. Watanabe for three, no good. Satoransky pulls down the board. Wojcik. Ruban for three. No good. Balvin touched it last. And it goes the other way.
Julio Lamas is animated on the sideline. It's almost a deja vu moment for him. His team is being outworked on the glass. Czech Republic are actually getting points and options in transition they didn't even look to take the other night because they're literally just outworking Japan. They've just got to raise that effort. The physicality, they've got to add it to their game. The talent is definitely there.
Baba, 8 to shoot. Baba looking to drive inside. It was tapped away by Balvin. Hachimura plus the foul. Let's get physical. You asked for it, there it is.
Yep. And again, you've got to love the attack to the hoop. Disappointed they didn't make the play, but then Hachimura's on the glass. But Vasikas had his feet in the keyway. There was presence on the glass, and if you put people in there, you get in the right places, good things will happen. You cannot be a spectator on the glass. You've got to be active. Hachimura does that. He needs help. In the same way Satoransky needs help in terms of the offense for the Czech Republic, Hachimura needs people to be aggressive with him.
This is a three-point opportunity. The score stays a three-point game. Pace driving on Hachimura. Balvin in the low block on Vasikas. Got away with steps and put it in anyway.
Just that little reverse pivot to the baseline, soft finish. You almost want him to do it more.
Would be a plus if they are able to get some points inside from a guy like Balvin. Tanaka pulls up, knocks it down.
Excellent decision. Nice little hole behind the screen. He's a good shooter. Why not take that option? He has to take that option.
Came off the bench in game one, played really well. Start this game has been a little bit kind of off put. See if that jump shot settles him down in this game and remind himself that it's just basketball. Here's the play again.
Got himself nicely balanced. You know, it's one of those shots you'll practice thousands of times. It's a sort of bread and butter thing for him. Big thing for me, and it's only taken him 4 or 5 minutes to get into it physically.
Wojcik step back. That's too strong. And Vasikas pulls down the rebound. Vasikas playing big minutes here in this first quarter. You can see it. Hasn't touched the ball offensively yet. Here he is in his first touch. Setting a screen now for Watanabe. Watanabe driving to the 10.
He adds that to his game. That's a huge plus. Tremendous finish.
Balvin now. See if he attacks again. Nice move that time and kisses it off the window.
Now Balvin must realize, you know, Vasikas' weakness, if he has one, is his lateral speed and physicality defensively. And Balvin has got to take those opportunities when he has them one-on-one. No help again.
Tanaka. He'll step into a three. Indeed! He's knocked down his last two. Now 5 points in the game, and it's tied up at 13.
All right, it's game on. It's taken him a while, but we've got game now.
Satoransky. Ruban. Balvin set the screen for him. It's a foul on the floor. It's going to be the third team foul. Just check that second team foul for Japan. Haven't had many whistles in this first quarter. It's been beautiful basketball to watch as we see the last three by Tanaka. Passion and emotion of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Ruban inside, Sadaransky. Shinoyama, who just checked into the game, on him. Ruban for three, no good. Balvin pulls it down over Watanabe. Sheesh. Japanese fans wanted to travel, no call coming. Ruban, nice move to the rack.
I think the best way to describe this Czech team is that they're our team. They haven't got a broad skill set, but they've got things they do very well. And Ruban can make great decisions and finish strong. He does it every week for Nürnberg.
Zekas, that's his first shot attempt. It was swatted away by Balvin. He'll stay on this end with 4 seconds to shoot.
And that's great recognition. That's in the scout, because Fazekas is not going to put it on the floor. Balvin gets a hand on it, and normally he would gap people because he doesn't have lateral speed either. Recognition that Fazekas does not put it on the floor. He's a great shooter, good defensive, good scout. Great job by everybody.
Tanaka again for 2. He's feeling it. 3 in a row for Tanaka. Well, he got the start over Shinoyama today.
Yep.
And so far, Shinoyama's pulling the right strings. Good defense by Shinoyama on Sadaransky. Really becoming a pest now defensively. Shield shows the up fake, pulls up for 2. Too strong, and a foul underneath. Hachimura got pushed in the back by Ruban. That was a good defensive effort there by Japan on that possession.
And again, know your role. Shinoyama's come off the bench. Energy straight away. Making Sadaransky, he's not going to stop him getting it, making him make 2 or 3 moves to get a touch, wears you out.
And we see the happy birthday signs for that man right there, and right now he's celebrating a great birthday. His last 3 shots have fallen. He's on the rock right now.
I was a little surprised he didn't start game 1. He played over 20 minutes in qualification, 7 or so points a game. He's one of those 3rd or 4th guys that always contributed, so I think he's better with him on the floor.
Shinoyama inside, Watanabe with a nice cut to be available, and Japan takes the lead for the first time tonight.
Watanabe in space is tough, isn't he? In space, he can finish, he's got great elevation, he's quick.
Very crafty around the rim. That's putting some size over the year. Now it's time to use it. Foul being top of the key. Sadaransky, his jump shot, no good. The whistle does come very late, and it will stay on this side.
I think the referees have done a great job in the first couple of days, but Sadaransky in the air, little touch. You've still got to protect the shooter, especially on the way up like that. It wasn't like an obvious foul, it was underneath the arm, but there was a little contact that got him off balance, and he automatically came down and just looked. He was expecting the call because he felt the contact. Balvin's been superb at the start of this game. Both ends of the floor, he's rebounded, been good offensively, defensively active. This is where the Czech Republic have a problem because they're a little small.
Oda comes in for him, and as you said, they don't really have a traditional 5 on the floor right now. Doesn't matter, Schlimm knocks down the triple.
Blake Shield was quiet game 1. I think he's one of those players that really does need to step up in this one because he's a major factor for them in the last few years.
Tanaka inside. Hachimura. Hachimura banging away. Falls away over 2 defenders. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
It was a tough move by Hachimura, but that's exactly the call Sadaransky wanted the other way. A little contact down low, a little off balance.
See the emotion out of head coach Yamas. Martin Krish picks up the foul.
Coach Lomas had a almost professore reputation in Argentina, the professor. He's really animated with this team, though. Yeah, he's trying to get some energy and some activity and just physicality, and he's demonstrating that. At the moment, I think his team has picked up on it in time, as they didn't do against Turkey. It took them too long. Now they're right in this game.
Well, we said this is a young team, and sometimes for younger teams, you need that sort of energy from your head coach to feed off of. They were able to weather the storm early on, and they're right in this game, tied at 18. Krish leaves the floor to pick up his 3rd foul quickly here in the first quarter. That's a storyline to watch because he didn't start in game 1. He started today, and now he's sitting on the bench with 3 fouls in his back pocket.
You know, maybe Ginsberg wanted to use him in that particular way. Only played 14 minutes game one, but it's interesting. The US had a problem when Czech went to the small lineup, whereas Japan won't have the same problem. Their quickness, you know, they haven't really got that big five on the floor either. They're all good athletes, so it's going to be interesting to see if the Czechs can cope the other way.
Satoransky with 3 to shoot. Fall away. Can't get it to go. Oda pulls it down, didn't get it off in time. And we'll end the quarter the same way we started the game. 18 all. Japan and Czech Republic both looking for their first win here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Well, numbers-wise, you know, both teams pretty much on a par, as you would expect with an 18-18 scoreline. It's a slight advantage for the Czech Republic in terms of shots, in terms of number taken and work on the glass. But they started so sweetly, the Czech Republic. Moved the ball, everybody contributed. And the danger signs were there for Japan. They weren't really boxing out, they weren't being physical. But I think, you know, a few of them they got going. Lamas really got into them. Watanabe got going in space. And it's just that now we're in the game. There isn't a comeback needed by Japan. This is going to be, I think this is going to go like this the whole way.
Yeah. It was the correct response after Lamas started getting into them. And it was that play right there by Hachimura that kind of turned the tide, because there was nothing coming inside from Japan. Tanaka got going, the birthday boy. You see his 3-point stroke.
And then, you know, that's the first time I think we've seen a Czech Republic guy in a game and a quarter not close out with their hands up. And that's like, you know, against the US, oh, got to do it, because if I don't, they're going to score. He relaxes. Well, Tanaka can shoot the basketball. Got to do that every time. It's about the relentlessness of what you do. And I was expecting the Czech Republic, and they, you know, it's been a minor thing. It's really picking holes. They are relentless as a group. Satoransky right in front of us. You can see him on the shot as don't forget the official app for live games. Download it. Everything is there. We've looked at it. It's a tremendous.
Yeah, the 32 teams, hard to keep track of everybody. But that app does the job for you. What you were saying about Satoransky.
Yeah, there he is. There's the V. He's just reminding that official. That call you just gave Uchimara, that was the one I wanted. No big deal, no histrionics. Don't threaten the officials' control on the game. Just let him know. And Satoransky's been around now for a long time for someone of such a young age. He knows how to operate that communication.
Just talking to the lead official there, Manuel Mazzoni from Italy. Off we're running in the second quarter. Game 2 for both these teams. Satoransky for 3, no good. Czech Republic in the row blue, Japan in the home whites. Schlib. Takuchi on the floor for the first time for Japan, number 15 in white. Pumpula dancing inside, and the foul!
And that's Pumpula basketball. He's undersized, he's under everything, but he works so hard. Once he gets deep, you know, he's strong. He's going to take the contact and finish off the glass on that one. And that's what he does. He's great from 8 feet and in for someone his size. Does a great job across the Basketball Champions League. Finishes the play perfectly. The other thing before they shoot the throw, nice to see Satoransky go off the point, have Shield handle the ball, get a little mist on the floor. Shield creates, gives him an open look. He didn't make it, but that's the way they're going to make Satoransky's minutes go further.
Every time he left the floor against the United States 2 nights ago, it seemed like everything fell apart. He hasn't rested yet in this game. He's played the quarter and minutes so far. At some point, he's going to have to sit. Hachimura steps over the D and knocks it down. Oda. Boychin to Oda. Dancing inside. Nice use of the rim there to stop Taguchi from blocking the shot. He gets 2.
There's a great tempo to the game. There's no slow down, run in the half court. The ball moves, it doesn't stick. Both teams sharing it really well. You know, in this play here, there's the penetration. The defense helps. You rotate, you roll to the right area. Beautiful execution all around. That same issue. Does Hachimura help or does he stay? If he'd have helped, there's no bucket. Make another pass and rotate. If that's the rule, then stick to the rule and stay on the same page. But that's the dilemma in the debate Japan have.
Have allowed quite a few layups so far, so that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Hachimura.
Travel.
Yeah, he did. That long, sweeping step, that will work in the NBA, it just won't work here.
Coach Lomas doesn't like it. I actually think it was I think he picked it up and stepped through before he put it down. And in the end, there's a referee at downside closer to me, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, we don't have whistles over here.
No, not at all. Good job, too, actually, I think.
Shluv, as you mentioned, is running the point. Now Sadaransky comes off the ball. Yoshinoyama on his backside. Now Shluv inside on Baba. The fall away, no good. And Baba bursts to it and gets fouled.
And that's the great sign now. That's the plays they weren't making. They're the opportunities they were giving up to Turkey and to the Czech Republic early in this game. Loose balls they weren't getting. That's a great sign for them.
Well, Japan has responded. Physicality was tough. They got back into the game. They tied it up. They're down 3. Now it's on the other side to respond. The Czech Republic expected to win this game, but as you said, expectations is different when you go in against the underdog against the States and everyone pats you on the back for a good effort. Now you got to come out and win games that you should win. Hachimura. Sadaransky forcing to pass it up. Ajima got fouled. He left it short, but he'll go to the line for 2, and Wojciech hands over his mouth. Cannot believe he was called for the foul. As we take a look at assistant coach Jeff Van Gundy from the United States. He's over here scouting. They will see Japan on day 3. We'll see them later on in a huge game against Turkey.
Wojciech gets a little uptight about the call, but it makes it very easy for the official. If in that scramble situation, you just leave your hand hanging out there. It could be minimal contact, but they're the contacts I really want the referees to call, because you're in the air, you get affected by it. But the Czech Republic don't have to foul there. If they're going to double team, they've got to expect they're going to be in a situation where they're scrambling. Just close out and contain and stay within the rules that Coach Ginsberg has put on the floor.
Ajima went 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 2-point game in favor of the Czech Republic. Ruban came back into the game, replacing Sadaransky, and he got away. No, he did not get away with the double dribble. Put it back down as he was falling. Good defense again from Japan.
Well, both of us talking about Japan in game 1, they can play man-to-man, they can contain, they just didn't do it. And you know, there's no real difference foot quickness-wise between Turkey and Czech Republic. They're now down in stance. They're actually playing defense alongside the quickness they have with real intensity.
Taguchi. This is Shinoyama. Ajima, step back, gives it to Hachimura. 5 on the shot clock. Shinoyama sends it for 3, too strong. Blake Schild pulls it down. Ruba. Schild. Cross-court pass. Ruban inside to Oda. Oda slaps the hand off his backside. Oda now with 4 around him. Ruban for 3. Got it to go. He wasn't sure about it. Followed his miss, or potential miss, and it went down for him.
Yeah. Again, this tempo, both teams, Japan's defense transition-wise was excellent. Because Czech Republic didn't stick, and they just didn't give anything up.
Rukla making it tough for Hachimura to catch the ball, and then slaps the ball away from Takuchi. He'll stay on this side, 7 on the shot clock. Zikas and Watanabe getting set to check back into the game, and the first time Hachimura will sit as we see the last replay by Ruban and the Czech Republic supporters who are here in mass, celebrating that last 3-point field goal. Ajima. Didn't know that the shot clock was expiring, and a turnover there by Japan.
That's probably the first time that they've found themselves putting the ball on the floor, going nowhere, and they end up with the 24 seconds. Because up until now, both teams, if it's on the floor, you're going somewhere with it. And everyone on this Japanese team has taken open options, has taken the shot when it's there. They got into a situation there they just didn't need to get into.
It's the first time we've seen in this tournament now from Lamas that he has 3 bigs right across his front court. Watanabe play the 3. Taguchi and Fazekas will be in the middle. Maybe that will offer some rim protection, which they haven't had so far in this game. We'll find out.
And it's an interesting move that the Czech Republic don't bring Balvin back. He's had some time on the bench. He was really effective. You know, with 6:40 to go in this half, you know, with the size of lineup that Japan have gone with, it's an interesting non-substitution by Coach Ginsberg.
Wojciech driving to the rim over Fazekas. He's really having a tough time staying with those penetrators, is Nick Fazekas. 7 points for Wojciech. Fazekas inside. Got it to go. Looking for a call, and he did get hit. Well, he's going to be on the floor. He's going to have to provide some offense for Japan.
Yeah.
Especially when Hachimura's sitting on the bench getting a rest. And Lamas is over there saying, no, there's no way that was a foul. It was whistled by the referees as we see Fazekas inside.
Well, there's the point we were talking about. You know, Balvin one-on-one with Fazekas, you don't get that pass.
Right.
You know, it wasn't as if Balvin hasn't been active. I think the referees have now decided that the Japanese defense just needs to be controlled a little bit, because they are literally in the face of every Czech player with the ball, and there's a little bit too much hand check. They can't stop the intensity, but they've got to keep the hands out.
Shinoyama, who started this game on the bench, goes back there with 2 fouls. That might stem from the conversation that you mentioned Sadaransky was having with head official Mazzoni. 3-point shot knocked down for Blake Schilp.
That's another, again, it's mentioned earlier on, Schilp's got to come to play. He's been aggressive, he's handled the ball, gets his feet set, he's got to be a factor.
Taguchi. Watanabe with 10 to shoot. Cross-court pass, Hajima. Driving to the basket.
Oh.
Oda got a hand on it, but Hajima still finished.
Tough, through that contact. This is not Japan who played against Turkey.
No, it isn't. This game hasn't been for the faint of heart. It's a buckle your chin straps type of game. Wojciech, nice move inside, couldn't get the finish. Taguchi pulls down the rebound. Tanaka, he was hot in the first quarter. He uses the Fazekas screen, now we'll reset that screen. Telegraph pass there by Hajima is pulled away by Hruban. Open is Wojciech for 3. Indeed! That leads to a Lamas timeout as the Czech Republic starting to pose their will in this game. 33-25, 4:54 to go in the first half.
Today, most important is they switch and we need dive and we triangle and give. Okay, and we go to the other side. Marcos can drive. He's sending the defense over Nico or Rui all the time. We leave it, we can attack. It's important to stop the drive. Number 7.
We're talking about Hruban in that huddle.
Yeah. I mean, Lomas, as we said, you know, he is the professor, as he was known as, but, you know, just working out how they're going to deal when they switch, where they really need to see the advantage on that switch. And it's the same problem they had the other day. When the defense switches and make an adjustment, they don't then reposition and move. So they become invisible to the man with the ball. They just got to move, just make an adjustment and able to see where the ball is, and you become a receiver. Wojciech, as we mentioned in game 1, led the scorers, the small forward scoring in the European qualifiers, and that in itself tells you a great story for him, because there's some talent in those qualifiers at the small forward spot. And when Sadaransky wasn't in the lineup, someone took the scoring load, and it was him. He was big from the 3 spot for this team. And look at the confidence that's given him when Sadaransky and that is in the lineup. And he's tough to guard at the moment. 10 points. We've still got 5 minutes to go in the first half. He's come to play.
Well, the Czech Republic has been a great story throughout this FIBA Basketball World Cup. It is their first appearance here as Ruban misses the layup attempt. All 12 players on this roster at one point played in the World Cup qualifiers to get them here and punch their ticket for the first time on the world stage. Fasikis knocks down the long 2. That's what they needed out of the timeout.
I'm still asking why Balvin's not in, because Schild did all he could. He just wasn't long enough to change Fasikas's eye line.
Schild returns it with a 3 of his own. That's probably why he's in the game.
Yeah.
You got your answer. Hajima inside Fasikis. They're starting to go to him now. That's back-to-back buckets for Nick Fasikis.
He's giving Alder such a hard time underneath. Alder just doesn't have the size to bump him on the cut. And Balvin's coming back.
Ruban for 3. No good. Fasikis got the save. Good hustle there by the 34-year-old Nick Fasikis.
Fasikis is a great story, isn't he, in terms of this team? You know, pretty much carried them throughout qualifying. 27 points a game in qualification. And one of those big nights was when the win over Australia. So it's not about he played against some smaller guys. He did it against the best.
He did. Had a couple 40-point nights in that qualification process. Hachimura, who's back into the game, got fouled underneath. Ruban pleading his case. That'll bring Sadaransky back off the bench. And he was able to rest significant minutes here in the second quarter. When he left, the team was down. Comes back and the team has a lead.
And Daoki Tanaka, really great recognition. Hachimura comes back in the game, posts him up, just finds him. Tanaka's having a great game.
Watanabe can't get it to go. Sadaransky pulls it down. Wojcik, they leave him alone for 3, and he makes them pay. Well, the 3 ball is starting to fall for the Czech Republic now.
And again, numbers down the floor. They had 4 on 3. Sadaransky just found the open guy. Did a great recognition job.
13 points for Wojcik. Czech Republic as a team shooting 46% from 3-point range. Tanaka missed it, and Balvin vacuums it in. Under 3 to go here in the first half. Czech Republic up 10. Wojcik has been hot. Sadaransky driving. Wojcik repositions and fires away. In and out. He was feeling that one, wasn't he? It's Watanabe. Watanabe probing, gets his man in the air, and the foul. Great shot by Yuta Watanabe, and Balvin with another foul might head back to the bench. Game 1 against Turkey. Plays like that from Watanabe wasn't happening.
No. And I think the play before where he's in traffic and didn't finish, this time he makes a move to create a little space and finish with a step through. If he could just put some physicality on his body, he's going to finish those plays on the move going to the basket as well. They have a hell of a player. I mean, that you put him and Hachimura together, and they're going to be a factor as you would expect him to grow into the tournament. Czech Republic, though, with those numbers, 47% overall. But it's the 43% from 3 is the reason they have the 39-31 lead. They just shot open shots. Great recognition by Sadaransky. And as we said before the game, it's not about Sadaransky himself. It's about him and his team. And at the moment, he's getting great support everywhere on the floor.
The support from Rui Hachimura is coming out of the form of that guy right there. Yuta Watanabe, 8 points and had a chance to go to the line for his 9th on the night. And all of his points coming inside the arc, where in game 1, he was kind of content to take the long bomb. He's gotten his knuckles dirty today. important time now for Japan. They hung around the first quarter, battled back, but to try and get momentum leading into halftime is always important.
Yep.
They have 2 minutes and 35 seconds to figure that out.
I mean, that bucket by Watanabe was crucial. They were down 10. It could have got 12, 13 points through in the hole. They're back to 7. A stop. They're right back in the game going into the half.
Wojcik hands it right back to Satoransky. Satoransky probing. And a foul underneath. Fazekas might have been a little too physical with Balvin as he was trying to post up.
And you're almost, if you're a Japanese fan right now, you'd almost be pleased with that. You know, you don't like the foul, but someone's posting up. I'm not letting you post up. I'm going to physically try and bump you out of here.
Satoransky just did beat the 5-second clock there. Wojcik looks for Balvin. He's been aggressive in the post so far in this game. Balvin, nice footwork. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, I think Fazekas is an experienced player. He won't come up against, just slow physicality like that very often in the Japanese league. But he did a good job for 2 dribbles, for 2 bumps, and then he gave him the middle. And then he's just got to say, okay, you've done a good job. Don't give him the M1 in that situation. If he's going to let him go to the middle, if that's the rule, then surely he needs some help one-on-one. You'd have thought he might force him to the baseline and get some help.
Balvin goes 1 of 2 from the line. And Czech Republic show a little pressure here. Naka, almost in no man's land. They just do get it over half to Naka. Hachimura, straightaway 3. Too strong. And a flat-footed rebound for Fazekas. That's his easiest rebound he'll ever have. And he puts up the 3 and he gets it to go.
Just like one of those shooting drills, right? You're standing on the 3-point line, you get it in your hand, just fire it up.
5-point game. Satoransky. They want to go inside to Balvin. Pumperla dancing inside. Watanabe gets called for the foul. And the Japanese bench cannot believe it. See the Fazekas 3. It really was as if the ball boy had passed it to him off a missed shot.
On the last play on this penetration, I was just thinking, what a great job Chimara's done. He's helped, he's offered Pumperla a shot. Everything's great. He gets him going outside the keyway on that penetration. He's done his job. He should be saying, go and make a tough shot. Don't send him to the line. He's fading away. He's off balance. Pumperla then on the free throw line is a good free throw shooter. He's one of those guys that just does the right thing all the time. Uchimura's done everything possible. Do not send him to the line in that situation. If he makes the tough one, take your hat off to him.
Well, he said he was a good free throw shooter.
Gave him
He goes
the kiss of
over 2.
death.
5-point game. Bank try to cut away at this lead. Tanaka. Hachimura. Tanabe inside, got it to go. He's been super aggressive here on the back end of this quarter.
Great second step, wasn't it? Just got himself set.
Wojcik. Hard screen there by Oda. Satoransky hasn't really looked for a shot as of late. Shield pass, and he hits again.
I love that little two-man stuff between those two. They read each other so well. As soon as Watanabe stepped up to help, Shield had it, let it go.
He's 4 for 4 from three-point range. Watanabe, nice high-low. They say foul before the basket. That was pretty basketball.
Yep.
The highlight was all for naught. Struggling to see where the foul was in the first place.
I'm struggling too, especially as he's going to throw it down.
Hashimura saying, you read his lips right there at home. He said, come on. He's at the line regardless. Both teams are in the penalty. Clock stopped, and you get a chance to chip away at the lead. He'll take it. "21 years of age is that man. He'll play for the Washington Wizards next season in the NBA. But he is the face of Japanese basketball. They are so excited to have him a part of this national team, and he is so proud to be a part of the national team. Czech Republic content to hold for the last shot. Satoransky probing all the way to the rim. Timeout with 5.1 seconds to go. Julio Lamas wants to draw something up, see if he gets a good look. But Tomas Satoransky probing and slithering his way to the tin. Here's the Czech Republic, a 7-point lead.
You're going to have a look at, I don't know what they're reviewing here.
We'll find out. We have the ability now to listen in.
We need to see when the ball is clear the net, okay?
No.
Yes. No, we need
The last second.
Yeah, this is why. No, ball clear the net, timeout. Correct?
Yeah,
Second quarter now.
Yes, but we need to fix the clock.
yeah, there should be more time on the clock. They should have stopped the clock 2 seconds earlier from what the referee just said.
Probably looking at 6
Oh,
points.
it's now 6.7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
6.7. Go back. Okay. Go back to the wheel. Look.
It's a great innovation, isn't it? You know, we'd be sitting here talking about it. Referees have just summed it up
And
for
timeout
us.
in white ball.
Everyone understands why they're there. And, you know, 1.6 seconds can make a huge difference in a game.
Absolutely. Especially when you got to take the ball out
Oh,
before
yeah.
you hit the rim. Well, that's part of, we're told, the biggest basketball broadcast here in 8 different cities at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 20 cameras. You just saw one of the innovations, the referees being mic'd up for all the reviews so we can hear what's going on over there. I don't know if they love that, but it's good for the fans.
And the great thing now is that Lamas gets 6. He knows he's got 6-7. They don't start the timeout until they've reviewed it. The whole process is excellent.
Utah Rui. Utah. Okay? Triple shooter here. Mako Daiki. Triple. Okay? Let's go. One back.
Do you think Utah's going down the middle? The way he's been playing the last couple of minutes, why not give him the basketball? Because he's finished where he wasn't finishing the other night. It's almost like they needed to play Turkey to get, oh, we're in the World Cup. We need to play at this level.
They got schooled in that game. They've been up to the task so far here in game 2. So is that man, Blake Schlill, 4-4 from 3-point range. He's on the bench now, taking a rest on this final possession, potentially for Japan. So the inbound with 6.7 seconds. Ajima in the front court. Ajima all the way to the rim. Gets it to go. Well, the play was for Watanabe. Doesn't matter. Ajima got it to go, and Watanabe was the happiest player on the court from that bucket. "45-40, Czech Republic in front here at halftime. Game day 2 in Group E.
Well, going to look some numbers, and the numbers are almost, they're not going to tell you the whole story because it looks like both teams have had a great offensive game, you know, over 50% from the 2-point line. The Japanese starting to make some threes and toe up that. Czech Republic, as we said earlier in the game, doing a great job on the glass. Everyone's sharing the basketball. It's been a great half of basketball, but for me, the job that they've done on Satoransky and making him work for everything, kept him to 4. They've made him work all over the floor. But what did we say before the game? It's about Satoransky and his teammates. Boychik has 13, Shilb has 4 from 4 from 3 to go for 12. Down the other end, the other part of the factor is the Watanabe's come to play. Everybody else is stepping up. We've now got a physicality about Japan that has given them a chance to win it. We're a 5-point game. It's fun. It's up-tempo. Game's on the line. This is really set up nicely. But they have got to do a relentless job for 40 on Sadaransky. They've limited him in the first half. They've got to limit him for the game, and then they have a real shot at this.
Should be fun in the second half. We'll leave you with the pictures from the first half. It's a 5-point game here in Shanghai.
again, throws it away. And now Uzo looking to go coast to coast. Big rejection from Nicholas Brasino.
Not in this house. I mean, that's just great hustle. But Shino, good behind the back.
Nice pass. Oriola with the throwdown.
Great pass, look away, paused everybody with it, and Oriola going to a spot where he would be open.
Fourth quarter underway, and
Steal.
good defense by Sun, and it leads to the opportunity by Ty.
Chase down block by Panitka.
Here's De La Valle and Tessitore.
Brooks hit back. Oh, Brooks just cleans it up with the putback. Dean, I've got to tell you, that is the play of the game. Well, we got time and space now.
Beautiful pass.
Up and away. Throws it down.
And Mitsic, what a pass, what a steal.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
Back we are here at the Oriental Sports Center in Shanghai. Minutes away from the second half between Japan and the Czech Republic as we take a look at Yuta Watanabe, spotlight player of the game for Japan. 11 points in that first half, and it wasn't just that he scored 11 points, Mark. It was that he was aggressive in doing so.
11 points on 5 from 7. This is a guy who went 3 for 10. And I think that the words you just used, he was aggressive. So a couple of times he went to the bucket and it was a contested shot. Well, you're going to have to take those. But everyone else, whether it was a step through, made a great step through. Whether it was like a big second Euro step type move, he got strong with his feet. 5 from 7 is what he would expect to make in those situations. So, all the parts that need to score for Japan are scoring. 40 points, they'll be happy with the 40 points. What they won't be happy with is 45 points the other way, especially as they gave up fast break points and then let guys get really open looks. But Lomas is going to have to make a decision here. Pick your poison, because they controlled Sadaransky, but that freed up the shooters. So will the shooters shoot as well? If I know Lomas, I think he's going to say the key is controlling Sadaransky, and he's going to back the fact that if we close out, they won't go, Shield won't go 4 for 4 again. And then they just have to rebound and get that intensity level. Ginsberg's not going to change. His team plays this way. This is what they do. We're going to execute well, trust each other, and run our stuff. Hey, this is set up. 5-point game and a half. Huge game. Could go either way.
Both teams still alive here in this group. Even though the opening day loss, of course, the Czech Republic losing to the United States, Japan losing to Turkey. We'll see those two winners in our next game here in Group E.
There's those Czech Republic fans in shock. What a trip they're having.
Yeah. So far, so good. But it'd be sweeter if there was a victory attached. 20 minutes away from doing so, if it remains the same. Second half underway here in Group E action, FIBA Basketball World Cup. Carlin Gay alongside Mark Clark. 5-point game in favor of the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic, of course, in the row blue. Japan wearing the home whites. You see who's on the court there on screen for Japan. On the other side, Sadaransky leads the way with Ruban, Krish, Balvin, and Wojcik. The same starting lineup for the Czech Republic here in the second quarter. Second half round. Balvin inside. Tossed up a wild shot.
Wow, Fazekas did a nice job losing the contact, and that just led, there was nothing to go against. Just smart by Fazekas.
And then gets called for the offensive foul on the other end.
Referees get a hard enough time from fans and players and stuff, but when you see consistency, especially across games, that pick, they've really tried to clean that up. You've got to make sure it's stable, and then you find, and then the players will adjust, and the whole competition is fine. And they've worked hard, the referees, in preparation, and it shows.
Really have. It was a clean game to start. Not many whistles that allowed for the game to be played at a high level. Nice flow. It's a kick ball inside. That will reset the shot clock back to 14 as Sadaransky tried to slip it inside.
Again, another good job. They were always in front of him. They were always making him go over them and looking to actually force a shot. He's looking for his teammates. They're really doing a nice job on Sadaransky, really making him work for it.
Worked for another shot attempt. Got cleaned up by Klisch on the inside.
And you can't stand and look when the shot goes up. You've got to be boxing out. You've got to be on the move. They just rebounded all over everybody.
Fazekas waits for Tanaka. The birthday boy got hot in the first quarter. He's been cool since then. Hachimura over two defenders and the foul.
Well, if anyone wanted to know why this guy's in the NBA now, that move sums it up.
He's only 21.
Yeah. Great job by Gonzaga, just building on the talent, and he's in the NBA, and now he's announcing himself in a World Cup, in the FIBA World Cup. This is the stage he wants to play on.
Japanese head coach Julio Lamas said prior to this tournament, this is the most talent Japan has ever fielded in any competition. One of the goals was to come out here and beat a European team. They have that opportunity to do so right now. Wojciech for three, no good. Hachimura had that slip right out of his fingertips, and the entire crowd felt bad for him. You heard that. An audible sigh.
This crowd, how knowledge, they know the game here. They're in it emotionally, but they know the game. They felt for him.
Heartbreak City on that turnover. 10 on the shot clock, Satoransky. Balvin. A foul down low, and Baba will pick it up.
I'll make the same point again. In the Turkey game, that was an easy post up and a pass to the inside. It's a foul, yeah, but there's more physicality under there. Japan have done a good job picking up in this third quarter physically where they left off in the first half.
Wojciech. Schill hasn't missed a three yet, and he continues to stay hot. That's 5 for 5 from three-point range for that man.
Too much time though. It's great. You got to love the way he's shooting the ball, but he just cruised off the screen, cruised in rhythm, and let it go.
Hachimura, the cut inside by Baba. He got blocked by the backboard. And look at Balvin run the point in the corner. Wojciech to the rim. No resistance shown, and a timeout is called by Japan. 52-43. The Czech Republic in front with 7:38 to go in the third quarter.
Okay, one important situation. You remember the last three-point shot of the number 11? You remember? He received and shoot. You contact to him. You contact. You contact or no? No. Okay. We need Yuda, Daiki, Mako, Yuta, Len. In international basketball, the difference of the pin down and the game is with contact. With contact.
Well, it's the point we were making in the commentary. You come off that little pin down screen, and as he said, in international basketball, they're going to set the screen that well, or we're going to switch it. That's where we should be. Did you bump him before he came on the cut? No, you didn't. And it's great the way Lemes asks him. He doesn't just get into him and chat, shout in his face. He asks him, "Did you do it?" And fair dues, he put his hand up. No, I didn't. That's done. We all know you didn't do it. Next time, this is how we have to do it. If we do it, we give him a problem. The guy has 15 points. The other guy has 15 points. That's all they're doing, shooting the shot. We have to bump them before they get to the screen. Now, they responded in the first. Let's see if they respond in the third.
Foul there, a little too aggressive by Wojciech.
It's a great move by Ginsberg out the timeout, get up the floor, and you can see his frustration on the side. We're up the floor, they've struggled to get in, and why do you want to reach? I'm sure at no point in that timeout said go steal it. No point.
Shinoyama checks into the game, replacing Baba. Watanabe asking for it. First time we've seen two-man game between Watanabe and Hachimura. Nothing comes of it. 5 on the shot clock. Watanabe knows it. He'll drive to the basket, puts it up. It was blocked by Balvin. Great help defense. He's played terrifically defensive. Satoransky, back out, Chill. Wojciech for 3. Balvin taps it. And a foul underneath on Yuta Watanabe.
You can't say enough good things about Balvin and his effort at the moment. He was the guy who helped on that. He's the guy on the offensive glass. He's not a leaper. He's just working hard and using his body in space, 1-on-2, and comes up with a positive. And that means he's gone baseline to baseline because he was the guy challenging the shot.
9 offensive rebounds for the Czech Republic in this game, and Coach Lamas picks up a technical foul. That will send Satoransky to the line for free throws. Important time now for Japan. You mentioned that they responded in the first quarter, and that was really brought out by the energy by Lamas, who was running up and down the sideline trying to get his team fired up to play physically. They're ready to play mentally, but physically, they're going to have to start hitting people if they want to get back into this game. Balvin misses the layup, and that should have been a goaltend as Hachimura grabbed onto the backboard to try and block that shot.
Yeah, I'd like to see it again, but I was in what an effort from him though, because Zikas was out of the play. He just took a fake that he shouldn't have taken. But Hachimura came from nowhere to challenge it.
Naka. This might be a mismatch with Shilbon. They switch it quickly to Czech Republic. Watanabe. That floater no good inside. Hachimura! Pounds it home!
Well, if that doesn't get him going, I don't know what would. That's an amazing job on the glass. Hachimura in traffic just threw it down.
Wojciech on the drive. Can't get it to go. Gets his own and fouled underneath by Shinoyama.
Saying that Japan want to win the game, they have to rebound. It's not a one-man thing here. If you're not in the play, get in the play on the glass. They are watching penetration. The help comes. No one helps. It's not about helping the helper here. It's helping to get on the glass. You know, the Czech Republic do not have athletes that are out rebounding you because of athleticism. They're just outworking you on the glass here. It's another opportunity that Japan, they play defense, they force them a shot, and they give up another offensive ball. That's the 10th offensive rebound.
You see Fazekas leaving the floor. Taguchi coming into the game, number 15 in the white. He'll try to help secure some rebounds. Schild has not missed a shot tonight. Doing it now inside.
Chase him off the three-point line. Yeah, great decision. Then what a nice finish. Finds a little traffic.
17 points and counting. Sorry about that. Tanaka. Hachimura. Wants to find Watanabe. 3 on the shot clock. Hachimura pointing to it. Long rainbow shot. Air ball. And it's not the possession they want offensively for Japan. Another timeout for Coach Lamas. He's not happy as his team is down 10 with 5:39 to go here in the third quarter.
We need to change the dynamic. What we are doing, everybody do dribblings and catch the ball and the countdown is going. What we are doing, attack! And when we put the ball from here, okay, you please scream from the user, ball, oh, show, ball, ruin, and run, and attack in the fast break. We can score to them. Let's go! Hey, we defend 20. We defend 20 all the time. 20. Okay, move in the 20.
Make them miss them on 20. Make them miss them on 20.
Wow, it's and he's right. You know, in this period, it's almost like they started to doubt themselves. You know, everybody started to doubt themselves. There's no rhythm offensively in terms of the ball movement. Everyone's just giving it to someone else and standing and looking at the man with the ball to try and create. And it's all gone wrong in the last minute or so in the Czech Republic because they are literally playing at a level, are just now exploiting it. They haven't gone up or down. They've just literally played at the same level. Hachimura, where he's 13 and 3, he's doing his stuff. But at the moment, he's getting no help. Watanabe's gone a little quiet. Now that he's changed the defense, they're going to look like they're going to show this the zone, change it up, be active, and then they let him go straight inside.
Balvin thought he got fouled on the dunk attempt. So the zone successful that time. Watanabe. Taguchi. Tanaka. Shinoyama. Step back jump shot. He actually passed it inside to Watanabe. Fooled everybody.
Well, that's Watanabe great because he moved. He didn't stand still. It's this thing we were talking about earlier on. Move on that penetration. Lamas wants them to move in the zone. They always come up with a steal. Shinoyama was dead on that play if Watanabe stood still. Tremendous cut by Watanabe.
He's played really well. 13 points and counting for him. Conversation between Balvin and head official zoning on the other side. They shook hands and resolved it. I don't think there was a technical foul needed. It's good officiating. Here, the volume raising in this arena as Japanese supporters trying to get their team back in this game. Sadaransky floater. That's a professional move out of Thomas Sadaransky. Sportsmanlike technical there as Klisch held on to the ball as it went through the rim and might have held on to it for too long.
One is one of those natural things to do as a player, as you're going to get a look, comes through it, and he catches it, and it's like, it's a little harsh, but he knows what the deal is here.
Yep.
And not only did he catch it, he didn't catch it and just drop it, he catch it and threw it away. And the referee has to call it, otherwise everyone starts doing it. It's unfortunate. But, hey, when you're Japan and you're down 10, you'll take anything.
Absolutely.
The one in the possession on this play, just on that, they could be down to 6 if it'll make the free throw. Just on the back with momentum, you're starting to feel good.
Tech foul was actually on Oda, not Klisch. Small lineup again on the floor for the Czech Republic.
Japan did well against the small lineup, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That's when they got back into the game a little bit and tied it up in the first quarter. Shinoyama. Quiet offensively. An offensive foul there, Hachimura.
I think Alda plays his basketball in Liga A in Italy, the Pistola. That's just an experienced play on the young guy. Gave him enough body, but not to get the foul, and got the response he wanted.
Sadaransky, Wojciech for 3. Indeed! And he's nodding his head as he goes back defensively. He's really feeling it this evening. 18 points and counting for him. Tanaka inside. It's Hachimura. Czech Republic now zoning up. Taguchi. Tanaka. Pull up 2. Can't get it to go. Hachimura inside with the offensive rebound and putback.
He is literally trying to carry them at the moment. Just his work rate on the glass. He's just not letting them get out of sight.
Sadaransky inside Oda. Back to Sadaransky. He probes. Now waiting for help. Klisch. Good cut. Blocked by Watanabe. Shot clock reset back to 14. Sadaransky, tough shot, no good. And Hachimura got fouled as he tried to corral the ball there. Boy, what a block by Yuta Watanabe. Looked like an easy 2 was going to happen.
Yeah.
He came away with a swat. See the expression by Lamas. On the other side, Coach Kingsburg.
Such a stress-free job coaching a national team.
No pressure whatsoever.
Absolutely none.
Here's Shinoyama. Watanabe. Hachimura says, come on, make a move. Taguchi for 3. Can't get it to go. He can knock that down.
Yep.
That was the first time he even looked to take that shot, being aggressive. Sadaransky probes. Shield. Back to Sadaransky for 3. Tanaka tried to tap it to himself. Goes out of bounds. Referee pointed the other way. It should stay on this side of the floor, and it does. Tanaka was definitely the last one to touch it.
And I still have this, Taguchi became a spectator on that play. His shot's up, he's one of the bigger rebounders they have on the floor at the moment. Get back in the play. Rebound outside your space.
Ruban is back in the game for the Czech Republic. Oda, Klisch, driving, no good. Taguchi with the intimidation there.
Exactly what you need to do. Stay in the play, make it hard.
Hachimura had great post position. They try to feed it to him. Squirts through his hands. Body's hitting the floor. It leaves Gaijima open for 3. leads to a timeout for the Czech Republic. Momentum slowly building now for Japan. 8-point game, 2:31 to go in the third quarter.
Just more focus. Sometimes we overpassing. We overpassing sometimes. Okay? If we have option before the zone transition, we go transition. Okay? Let's go next time one. Okay? One against zone. Okay? One against zone. Let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, Ginsberg knows his team so well, so the subtle difference of sharing the ball and taking the extra pass once he's called it now is that we're just overpassing a little. And if anyone's beginning to be, it's almost as Sadorensky more than anyone else has been a little bit guilty of giving it up when he could have had a better option. Because when they've been very successful on the penetration and the single kick where the defense has stepped off. The extra pass sometimes has given the Japanese the opportunity to rotate and actually get there, because they do have a lot of quickness defensively. So Shield and all those guys have been shooting the lights out. Hey, stay in rhythm. Ginsberg again, it's like this game is crucial for him. It's about being calm and getting your message across.
See Japan now back to the man-to-man, getting out of the zone. Shield, as you mentioned, hasn't missed a three-point jump shot in this game. He probes. Oda, 10 at 10! He got rejected by the rim. Sometimes the rim just helps you out defensively. Pasikas threw it up at the rim, saying that he was in shooting motion to Shield with a kind of a boneheaded foul there. Nothing was happening. Take a look at that last replay.
See Nick Pasikas on that play. Shield's going away from the basket. He's already taken away the penetration, and he stays. And it's wide open for Alda down the middle. You can't stop, and then there's an opportunity to stop and wait for things to develop. React again. Rotate, get the defensive help, or if it's not there, you've got to get back. You've got to recover. And if there's one criticism of this Japanese defense, they're quick enough to do that. They did it in the second quarter. You've got to do it for 4 quarters. And Nick Pasikas did a great job in this half, done a great job. Recover, you've got to recover.
Back to a 2-3 zone for Japan. Rebounding has been their Achilles heel in this game, and normally in the zone you give up a lot of offensive boards, and see how they do here. Sadorensky. Watanabe touched it last. There's 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Czech Republic.
And Watanabe did a great job, exactly what we're talking about. Pasikas went, he then got to the next spot. They almost come up with a steal, but they deflect it.
Oda inside. Used the up fake and just slipped it over the rim this time. Elected to not go with the dunk.
Wise move.
Back to a 9-point game. Shinoyama. Hajima. Inside to Pasikas. Defense collapses, and they come away with the steal. Great job by Sadorensky poking that one away. Roban dancing to the rim. Challenged by Watanabe. And he comes away with the ball. Here comes Yuta Watanabe on the high dribble. He's looking for Pasikas inside. They want to get him on the block as he has a mismatch down low. 10 on the clock, Shinoyama. Not much movement going on for Japan, so he'll go one-on-one. 4 to shoot. Floater inside. We haven't seen much of that for Shinoyama, but he offers that up playing in the B League in Japan. You can see it more on this level right now for Japan. Oda. His floater no good, and Pasikas pulls it down.
Oda's a great role player on this team. I don't see him as the one-pass offensive threat. I have to think a tough one then.
Yusei Shinoyama with the ball right now. 7 on the shot clock. Watanabe inside. Pasikas fall away. That's short. Prokola picks it up. He has plenty of time to get one off. Oda to the rim. right before the buzzer. And that ends the third period. 64-55, the Czech Republic in front, trying to come away with their first ever win at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
That's such a poor end to that quarter. The fadeaway jump shot was questionable, but that's what Fazekas does, so that's fair enough. But he's on the baseline taking a jump shot. That means his four teammates, no one went to the glass. His four teammates are therefore basket side of it. And literally the whole Czech Republic lineup ran the floor and get a layup. That's, again, relentless. They had the chance to cut it to 4, end up down 9, just on the back of being outworked.
See some of the highlights. Wojciech, he's had himself a nice game, both inside and outside. Mentioned earlier in the quarter, Sadaransky hasn't really been scoring.
No.
Hasn't needed to, because he's gotten support, and that was something that we asked at the beginning of the telecast. Yep. Whether or not support would show up, they have. And there's a lead, a 9-point lead to show for it.
Well, apart from Schill with a little floater that he made, and you saw the layup from Wojciech. 35 points from Schill and Wojciech.
Wow.
In the same spot.
Wow.
You know, it's that little extended spot that the three-point. Yeah, they've shot it well. Now, if the rule's been, hey, we're going to protect it, we've got to make sure that Sadaransky's quite happy to give up 5 assists and see his teammates shoot the basketball. Sometime in this quarter, they only chase Schill off the line once, and they only chase Wojciech off the line once. And with no help, they get good shots. But wow, when does 35 points become enough to change something up? Unless you think they're not going to shoot that well for the game, then you're back in that judgment. Okay, you're still down 9, and that judgment. If that's the poison you picked at the moment, that's the thing that's killing you. Because everything else is not, Japan, apart from a couple of little minor things, they're right in this. Shilman and Wojciech have just shot the lights out, and a lot of those shots have been wide open looks.
Start of the fourth quarter here. We're 10 minutes away from seeing history here for the Czech Republic if they keep this scoreline. Their first ever appearance here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They are looking for their first ever victory. You see the 5 on the floor for the Czech Republic. Sadaransky probing. Wojciech got hit hard, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, if we get to see it again, I think this is what Coach Ginsberg is talking about in terms of a little bit of overpassing, because Sadaransky's wide open on the three-point line. He decides not to shoot it. They chase him off the three-point line, Wojciech, and then they come out with a crazy foul where he's off balance. He makes the tough one. Now he's on the free throw line, and the guy is, I know I really destroyed their free throw percentage in the first half, but he really is an 88% free throw shooter in qualifiers and across last season. He's just solid.
His club team, he averages close to 13 points per game. He's exceeded that by far here with the national team. It was one of 12, as I mentioned, the entire roster here playing at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. At one point or another, they all helped this team qualify for this event. They may reap the benefits for their country on the world stage with a victory here. 2-3 zone for Japan. Wojciech, cross court, move on. Balvin sets a big target, now kicks it off. Sadaransky for 3, indeed. Tomas Sadaransky, and a good look by Balvin.
They can't run this zone. They don't adjust. It's all 5 players. The guards allowed their high post entry to Balvin far too easily. And once it goes in there, you have options.
Shinoyama inside Fazekas. He'll go to the line for 2. Balvin says, you know what? I've argued a couple calls, but that time I really did foul.
Yep. You saw, like, just at the beginning of the replay, Shinoyama's on completely the wrong side. Hasn't adjusted on the first movement of the basketball to the second side down the floor. And Balvin's he's a typical European big man, knows how to pass the ball, finds the right man, and Sadaransky he passed up 1, he's not going to pass up 2. Dangerous moments here, and Chimura's still on the bench. Does he come back? He's back right now. He needed some, and he maybe needed some at rest, but they desperately need him. And in the next 3 or 4 minutes, they've just got to get this back to a manageable single-digit number.
Udai Baba checks back into the game. Number 18 in white. He's been quiet. Fazekas, you rarely see that. He went 0 for 2 from the line there. Satoransky calls out. Set. Popola. Wojciech. They go inside Balvin. Tries to feed Satoransky. That's a tough pass to make. Baba comes away with it. Ijima spinning inside. 2 defenders around him. He threw it to the opposing player, and that's Satoransky. Wojciech right to the rim. Contact around it. No call. And Fazekas threw it away. Fresh 24 for the Czech Republic. Doesn't matter because Satoransky takes a 3. Can't get it to go. Baba, helter-skelter basketball. And Satoransky picks up the foul. You see the emotion from this crowd. Japanese supporters. They're here trying to support their team, trying to get a victory. They're down 14 at the moment. Great shots from our crew. 20 cameras here in the first 2 rounds. We'll up that to 25 for the quarterfinal on. The referees are mic'd up. We're mic'd up. Hope you're enjoying it at home. 14-point lead. Czech Republic trying to get their first ever win at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Hachimura, look away pass to Ijima. He hasn't showed us that in his bag of tricks. Uban, no one stopped the basketball, and he gets an easy layup.
He's left his shoe down the other end. He's walking the floor. It's not on camera, but that's why they've stopped the game.
Gives us a chance to look at that replay. Blowing right by everybody.
And again, you can see there are 4 Japanese shirts in the keyway. No one stopped the ball. No one made it hard for Ruban. If you don't stop him, he's going to keep going.
This is really and truly danger time now for Japan. They need scores and they need stops. Time is of the essence. Fazekas, now to Hachimura. That got poked away. Shinoyama, his floater. That's good. When he's gone to it, it's been effective. He just hasn't gone to it.
Oh, exactly right. But it's this end of the floor now, isn't it? The defensive end. They can score. They've shown they can score in this game. They need stops.
Go back to a man-to-man defense. Is poked away. Ijima is making the home run shot. Sort of left a 5-on-4. Baba tripping a goal over his own feet. Now spinning in the lane and misses the layup. Never really did get his balance when he recovered the ball and missed the layup. That's the type of stuff that you can't miss when you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole.
I mean, they've got to get to a situation now defensive. They don't allow that jump shot with their feet set. They just can't allow that. They've got to make him put it on the floor, but that means that the help's got to scramble and rotate and take away the direct opportunity to make a drive lane. Those 2 things alone would give them a shot here.
Blake Shield back into the game for the Czech Republic. Balvin. 8 on the shot clock. Wojciech, floater is good. He's done it all tonight. Team enjoying a performance. 22 points. Hachimura pounds it home. He has 18 and counting. Check that, 17.
There is more than enough time here. It stops and run. Even though they've got to play hard here, they can't get into crazy fouls.
Satoransky is hacked hard by Fazekas. That will send him to the line for 2. It's only the 2nd team foul for Japan in this 3rd. Watanabe still on the bench. Lamas hasn't gone back to him as yet. He's sticking with this lineup on the floor. Fazekas, his 4th foul. Lamas might just leave him out there and say, you know what? You're going to foul out, you're going to foul out.
Same problem again. They chased him, made him put it on the floor. No one, again, scrambled to make him make another pass. It's just that extra bit. They can do the first part. They cannot make it into a 3rd or a 4th adjustment that the Czech Republic would have to make. But they get bowed out, a little bit of luck. The man who shouldn't miss a free throw, Sadaransky, does.
Yama trying to make him pay. Fazekas is finally over for the first time in a little while. He couldn't get a pass. Stay on this side. It was his last touch by the Czech Republic. 11 on the shot clock. Still no Watanabe.
It's got to come back. I don't know, who are we to talk, tell Coach Lamas, but from where we're sitting, he's got to come back.
Yeah, I agree with you. Giveaway. Here come the Czech Republic the other way. Sadaransky pulls it back out. Try to get a quality look. Shield. Wojciech comes off the screen. Slapped out of his hands by Hajima. Baba driving between 2 defenders. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, their defense has got stops, has got turnovers 3 of the last 4 times down the floor. They haven't converted any of that into points. Now they're going to go to the free throw line with an opportunity to make them. But you've got to be looking at the and one. You've got to make those plays if you're in this hole. There's more than enough time. They've just got to give themselves a chance to get back in it. And this is one of the ways they're going to give themselves a chance to get back in it, as we see that, which is, he's just impressed again. What an arm back in the game.
Baba's first free throw left it short.
They just need a break right now, Japan. One way or another, need a break. Maybe a little Irish luck, something like that.
Missed both of them. Fazekas with another flat-footed rebound and putback. You talk about luck.
There you go.
Right there. Still plenty of time for Japan to try and get back into this game. Wojciech is on the bench. He's the high man for the Czech Republic. He's sitting with 4 fouls. Pupala, good strip by Watanabe. Lands out of bounds. 2.4 seconds to shoot for the Czech Republic.
It's one of those 2.4 moments that could be key here. They fill up, they finish the job here and score, they've got some momentum.
Sadaransky gets it up, and he's fouled. Shinoyama again into space. Sadaransky will go to the line for 2 shots.
It's that statement, isn't it? It's like the effort, intensity, yes, but there's a smartness here. With that long, you don't foul him when he's in the air. Like, okay, if he makes it, what can you do? You've already forced him to take the off-balance one. Now you are looking for some luck. For Sadaransky again on the line. He missed one last time. You're going to get it again? I doubt it.
Yeah. Shinoyama picked up his 4th foul as foul trouble beginning to mount up on both sides. Sadaransky knocks down both free throws. Under 5 to go. 13-point game. Czech Republic trying to get their first win at a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Japan trying to beat their first ever European team. They're 0 for 8 against European teams in world competition. Fazekas stolen. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Pupala all the way to the rim. Coach Lamas calling a set. Feeling his team needs a quality look. Baba uses the Fazekas screen. Shinoyama for 3. Knocks it down. Boy, did they need that.
Absolutely. Coach caught it. What did he hear Yama in the corner? He went there, found him, made it. But it's this end. They need a stop, and they need one right now.
Shield. Ruban uses the Balvin screen. Ruban probing. Kicks it back to El Shield. 3 on the shot clock. Shield, that's a 2. No good. Sadaransky, another offensive rebound for the Czech Republic. Ruban inside Balvin. feathery touch on the layup. Seven points for Balvin. Done it on the defensive end as well. Doing a good job of holding down Nick Vasikas. Here's Watanabe. Side, Hachimura. Baba blocked by Balvin. And Saturansky with the high five saying, good job, big fella.
And the big fella has done a great job. He's filled space. And you know, we talk about Japan not being active and reacting. That's about him reacting fast enough to get there to challenge him. And if Balvin can do it, there's not a person on that Japanese team who can't, because it's not about his quickness up of foot, it's about his quickness of thought.
Timeout on the floor, 80-66. Czech Republic in front here in the fourth quarter.
15 or 9 is not same. Okay?
このままコンピートし続けて、
Compete, okay?
1桁で終わるのと15点差で
Okay.
終わるのと全然違うからね。
This, okay? Rui, Yudai.
雄大、
Rui,
ル
okay?
イ、
This,
バックピッ
and
ク、
we try to give the ball to Yudai.
雄大
Okay?
に、
Cannot
雄
receive
大バッ
here.
ク見て、
Come here and receive
雄大もらえなかったら、
and give to Utah. This is Utah, okay?
We didn't see the board, but you know, trying to get the ball to Chimara and with the option to go to Watanabe if there's help is how it sounded. But it's just, the Czech Republic are one of those teams I would always say, like, what it says on the tin is we work hard for each other, we run the floor hard, we run our stuff. And so that's what it says on the outside of the tin, and you open it up and that's exactly what you see. You see no one getting outside of what they do. The only time I think it's happened in the whole game was when Alder decided to dunk it. He should have been able to finish it. You probably think you can do that, but like, that's not on the tin that says we're a team up there over the ring. We're moving it, we're sharing it, we're making open shots, and they've just done a great job.
Hachimura got it to go as the buzzer expires. That was a tough shot. 19 and counting.
Wow, another example of why he's so good.
12-point game, 3 minutes to go in the game. Saturansky inside, Bukala. That's too easy, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I'm going to sound like a recording here. People away from the ball on this Japanese team defensively stand and watch the play happen. But just floated down the lane, and no one bumped him. No one made an adjustment, and as we see the play down the other end, which was great. But he just steps out on the 5 fouls. In some ways, they're going to have to get back in this on defense. Perhaps going with a quicker lineup may help them. It's still only 12.
Yeah,
well, 13 right now, but it's still manageable. But they've got to get stops and steals, and they're giving them up shots around the ring.
Bukala knocks down both free throws. Reality may be setting in for those fans who made the trip from Japan. Do they have one more spurt in them? Hachimura will definitely find out. He fades away, knocks it down. He's been terrific tonight.
You've got to get up the floor. You know, they've got to try and create something with their defense.
I believe the ball is a little wet, so we'll swap it out for a fresh game ball. That's the reason for the pause. It allowed us to see the Hachimura fall away jump shot. Point game. Bukala. Saturansky says slow it down. Try and shrink this game a little bit. 10 on the clock, Balvin. Bumps Hachimura. Shield. He'll drive. Floater is good.
He's been outstanding, hasn't he? But again, the whole move was in his own time. He set the tempo of it.
Watanabe with the Euro step and able to get it to go. He got hit. Wanted the foul call. It's 15 regardless. Shinoyama right up in the jersey of Saturansky. Ruban got his man on skates. The floater's no good. And Watanabe pulls down the rebound. Shinoyama back to Watanabe. Cross-court pass. Baba got hit. Good sportsmanship shown by Saturansky. It's only the 4th team foul for the Czech Republic.
It's another example of their effort but discipline. You know, they haven't been giving cheap ones up. They have a couple of the bad, ill-disciplined fouls. For the Japanese have put them in the bonus a lot before this. So only 136. It's another way they're limiting Japan's chances of getting back in the game.
Shot clock will reset back to 14 for Japan. Watanabe. Crossing over. Steal by Saturansky. He's in the open floor. You're stepping his way to the rim. Tomas Saturansky leading his country for the first time here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They're a minute 18 away from their first ever victory on the world stage. They can feel it. 2 nights ago, they went up against the Americans. They were the underdogs. Everyone was patting them on the back, saying, you know what, great effort. Showed it well as a shot clock violation for Japan. But now they're the favorites in this game. They have to come out and prove it. And they've done that this evening.
Oh, and they've done it in a great way because they started well, but Japan responded. You know, if you're not the sort of team that stays within what you run, then that can give you a problem. They just carried on being the Czech Republic. Tremendous performance.
Czech Republic supporters here on their feet, dancing and singing with a minute to go in the game. Tanabe the other way. Baba, his layup is good. Ruban. Steal there by Shinoyama. Baba puts a fork in it. Look out to Gushi. Timeout for the Czech Republic. Head coach Krinsberg doesn't want to see any bad habits as it's now a 10-point game with 26 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's a second to talk about this performance. A historic win, the first one. Can't take it away from him.
Oh no,
we need the fight. We're rushing. Like, what's going on? We play press play. Okay, we take the ball in. Okay, you take the ball. Point the play. Okay, boom, boom.
And the great thing is, like this, he's now not coaching for today. He's going to win today. It tells his team, hey, we're going to win tomorrow. We're going to win in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
We can't get sloppy now. This isn't about the first win and that's it. It's about the first win, and we got a chance to beat Turkey. And you've got to say, 42% from the three-point line. They've shifted the ball brilliantly, and they've taken open shots. They've hardly taken a forced three. And it's a Czech Republic performance, and they've been allowed to perform in the way they want to perform, and they've then executed and scored. They've got performances across the roster. You can't fault, like we could fault Japan their effort on day 1. You can't fault Japan's effort on day 2, because they've worked hard for this. They've just been beaten by the better team.
Saturansky. It's got to be strong with the basketball at this point if you're the Czech Republic. Shield in the corner. Japan not fouling. They're just trying to get the steal. Saturansky to Shield. He'll put up another 3. And his hot shooting continues. That is 6 of 6 from three-point range. That punctuates the first ever win for the Czech Republic. How happy is that man? Ron Ginsberg, been in charge of this program since 2013. Their first time here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and they defeat Japan 89-76. Group B is alive and well for the Czech Republic.
Oh, what a performance. He said right at the end of the game, Czech Republic played Czech Republic basketball. That you can't fault their effort, but their actual execution, offensively and defensively, of what they're trying to do. They grew a fan in Coach Popovich from the United States in the press conference after the first game, where he said they executed better than the United States. Well, they executed better than Japan tonight. It's about team basketball, and they put a team performance on the floor. We said right at the beginning, it's about Sadaransky and his team. We got Shield, we got Wojciech who really performed. And then at the end of the day, Sadaransky chips in with 15 and 6 of his own. Sorry, 15 and 7 and 6 boards. But it's just a tremendous team performance. 22 by Shield, 22 by Wojciech. Doing what those two guys do, taking open shots when they're open. You made the point as well. Chris starts both halves. Why? Well, that's an effort. We need to get the minutes and keep the effort high. Tremendous effort across the board. Great work by Coach Ginsberg to come up with a game plan that they executed. Czech Republic are in a good place ahead of that game against Turkey.
And that's going to be a win and you're in sort of situation, regardless of what happens later this evening between Turkey and the United States. Czech Republic now on the board, 1-1 in the group. Japan falls to 0-2 and 0-9 against European teams. They'll have their shot against Turkey to try and get that elusive victory against a team from that side of the world. As we take a look at some of these highlights, what was interesting when we were in the post-game press conference after the game against the U.S., Wojciech Ruban was asked how it felt to hear his supporters from his country not only make the trip here to China, but support them for the first time ever at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And he was moved. Yeah, he was really moved, and thank the person who asked the question. First of all, thank you for asking that question and was able to speak on it, because it was a proud moment for him. Now after a win, I mean, you're now setting yourself up for a potential opportunity to move on. Great story for the Czech Republic.
It's a tremendous story for the Czech Republic, and it's a tremendous story for the whole of the competition. You know, you get the scenario where teams come here for the first time with a new format, 32 teams, but then you've got to take the opportunity. And Ginsberg, in the way they prepared for the US game, wasn't here to make the numbers up, wasn't here to play the US. And because he went into the game with that attitude against the US, he just brings it the next day. It's not like, oh, we'll just get through the first game. But I just love the way this team plays for each other. They're selfless in the sense that they'll give it up. And then the only time he had to give them a hard time was, you're being too nice to each other, overpassing the thing. And you got guys like Pumla here who takes it to the ring on that play. Undersized, yes, but like this team has such heart playing for each other. And so is Turkey, though. So that's going to set up a phenomenal game 3 in this competition. And I know that Japan won't be happy, but 5 of those losses against European teams were 25 plus. They're moving in the right direction. They've got players of real quality. They need to play more teams like this more often in the build-up to Tokyo, where they host the Olympics. And then, with their talent, they can start getting into a position where they win games, because they have the talent.
The future is bright for Japan. It's been a long time since they've had quality basketball being played there. I mean, Asia basket gold medals back in 1965, 1971. I don't need the calculator to tell you that that was a very long time ago. And now they have a young core building around Rui Hachimura and Yuta Watanabe. Both of them played very well today. The B League locally is producing talent. And now it's time to step up and take that next step. And they'll have the opportunity in front of their home fans next summer at the Tokyo Olympics to try and make some noise at the world level. You see the first round Group E standings right there. Czech Republic on top of the group for the time being, having played 2 games. Later on, the U.S. will take on Turkey. We'll be back to bring you that one here from the Oriental Sports Arena in Shanghai. For Mark Clark, I'm Carlin Gay. We'll see you next time.